it's me again. Do you like to play tic-tac-toe? So do I. But what I don't like is having to do this over and over and over again, because it's such a waste of paper and it's not very sustainable. Do you know what that means, sustainable? I know you have heard it in school, I'm sure. They tell you to reduce, reuse, and recycle. And the best thing to do is to reduce what you buy. Then you don't have to worry about repurposing it or recycling it. So I'm going to show you a really neat way to make tic-tac-toe fun and sustainable. And you can reuse these little critters here for something else when you're done. And I'm going to show you 2 other things that you can use them for. Are you ready? Yep, we're ready. Okay, let's go. So the first thing you need to do is grab a friend and go outside for a little while and collect some rocks that you think are cool. You can do really small rocks like I did, or you can do really big rocks and have it for an outdoor play item. But if you do it for outdoors, you're going to want to use paint that's going to work outdoors, not the paint that I'm using today. So the first thing you're going to do is collect your rocks. The next step is to take your rocks. Oops. I'm going to show you in a second. I'll be right back. All the materials you need because I am not prepared. Hang in there, I'm coming. Okay, got my materials now. I'm back. So you can use paintbrushes or you can use sponges, whichever you're more comfortable with. So I'm gathering my paintbrushes that I like to use to do this. And you're going to need some yellow paint if you want to do bumblebees and some red paint if you want to do ladybugs. So I'm going to take my rock, shake up the paint. You're also going to need some googly eyes, and depending on what size your rocks are, will depend on the size for your googly eyes. If you use a big rock, you can do the really big ones. So I have my rock. I'm just going to paint that rock right up. Now the rocks need a couple of coats of paint, so you're going to need to be a little bit patient and do this in stages. So your paint dries before you move on to the next step. So I'm just going to put that aside here because I already have one that I painted and it's all dry and ready to go. The next thing you'll need is a Sharpie. So that you might have to ask permission from an adult to borrow. But this is very easy. Just make sure when you use your Sharpie that you do it on something that cannot get ruined and where the Sharpie doesn't run through. So now I am going to make the lines to make my little bumblebee. And just color them in. Now you can do this with paint too, but this is kind of a shortcut because we're making quite a few. I'm making 6 of each. That works well for tic-tac-toe, and it will work well for the other activity I'm going to show you. And then another stripe here. Okay. And then I do a little smiley face here. Okay, and now the bee is easy. It's ready to go, right? So the next step with the bee, of course, is googly eyes. I'm going to take some small googly eyes. I have some super glue here. You can use the clear Elmer's glue. That works just fine. Or a hot glue gun, but I will say the hot glue gun did not work as well as the Elmer's glue or the super glue does. And it's sticky and it makes strings. But you can use either. If you do use a hot glue gun, of course you're going to need some extra help with that too. So just put 2 little dots of glue on your rock, and then you just glue on the little googly eyes there, and you have the bumblebee. So we're going to set him aside and let him dry. And now you do the same thing with the red paint and the Sharpie to make the little ladybugs. And I already have a rock painted. I'm going to show you how to do the ladybugs. So you can take, first thing you're going to do is just carve out an area where the ladybug's eyes and mouth, if you want to put a mouth on it, will go. And that area on my ladybugs, I did paint it blue, but right now I'm going to just color that in. It's going to be even lazier so I can get that done quickly. Okay. And then after you do that, you cover the tip. You draw a line straight down the middle of the rock. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect because every ladybug, even though they look the same, is different. So you can make it as each one different. So I'm putting in their little dots. And this ladybug is ready to go. Next step, I'm going to put on some glue. And of course, I let this paint dry. You do need to let your paint dry, and you probably do need a second coat. Unless your paint is really thick. Mine is not. I'm using Crayola washable paints on mine. And just a regular Sharpie marker. See how simple it is? And they're so cute. And I'm going to put on some, oops, googly eyes are sticking to me. Some small little googly eyes. Let's pick another little googly eye here. And I have my ladybug. Now these are great for tic-tac-toe because you can play again and again and again without having to remake a board and without having to erase and waste paper. And we've got tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row right there. But what else could you use these for? Well, if you have a great imagination, and I know some of you do, you can turn them into little creatures and have them pretend to live together. Hi! Hi! Want to be friends? I'd love to be friends. You want to play a game? Yeah, let's go! And I know that was really silly, but you got the point, right? Okay. Another thing that you can do when you have all 12 of them finished, and I do not have them completely finished, but this is great. If you olders want to teach the younger something, you can teach them how to do math. And you can use these little creatures as counters. And you can create math problems with them and help them learn how to count and add or subtract. So, if I have 3 ladybugs and I have 2 bees, how many flying creatures do I have in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a great way to help your little brothers and sisters learn math. If I have 3 ladybugs and I take away 1 ladybug, she flies away. Bzzz. How many ladybugs are left? 2. So depending on how many of these little creatures you want to make, if you make up to 20, that will help you first graders and advanced kindergartners in math with counters so that you can add and subtract. And if you need a little help, you have your friends here to help you. So that's the end of my video for today. Go out and have fun, and remember, save paper, reduce what you buy, rocks are free, and recycle anything that you don't use. Love you all. Take off my glasses. Have a good day. Bye.